So I set a camera up in the house, in the kitchen, to see how my dog get through the door, because I'm always curious to know that when I'm outside, the door is open. She gets the door open somehow. She breaks through the mesh, which is the screen door, and she's outside. And I don't know how she does it. So I set the camera up to see what does she do to get the door open. Luckily, she did all this commotion and she couldn't open the door, and then she finally gave up. I came back inside and then I took her out with me, but I truly wanted to see how does she open the door, and I can see her doing all this commotion, her jumping, and I just don't know how she do it. I wish I could have seen how she opens the door, but in this case, I think she just really got frustrated. Hello everyone, good morning and welcome back to my garden. Welcome back to my channel. So I am in this corner because I wanted to show you guys how beautiful my house plants are doing. They have grown so much and shooting for the stars. Now you're going to notice a lot of them are out of the pots, and let me explain. So these plants have been doing really well. I mentioned before that the sun does not get into this corner in full blast. It gets the bright light, but not the full impact to the sun, just in this little corner. So that's why I put all these little plants in this corner here, right? And so far, let me show you, they have been doing really, really good. All of them have grown. Like there's a few little, dead leaves here and there that I would have to pull out. But other than that, these plants are doing so good. Look at that. Look at that. And they're fully, like they're wet because we've been getting a lot of rain. And that's the reason why you see some of them out the pot. So because of us having so much rain, I had to take them out and just sit them down out of these pots, because these pots does not have any drainage. These are just the pretty side of them. The plants itself, most of them are in nursery pots, and then I take the nursery pots and I sit it in here so that when I take it back into my house, it still looks pretty, But because of the rain, I had to take them out the pots, because then the pot would fill up with a whole lot of water, and that would be, disastrous for the plants, because they would be sitting in heavy water 24/7. Now, there's some of them I took out, some of them I didn't take out, and that's because some of them didn't have much water in the bottom. Like, let me check this one right here. Okay, see? That one doesn't have any water in the bottom. So that one is okay, but it's very much wet, okay? To the bone. This plant is doing so good, like it's flourishing. Oh, love it, absolutely love it. Most of the time, this is where I sit and have my little morning coffee. Like, instead of going all the way there, I sit right here between the plants. So beautiful. The snake plant, I keep an eye on this one because I know this one really doesn't like too much water. So I keep emptying that one. It's not sitting out the pot, it's not sitting in water, so that one is doing really good. This is what anyway, you guys know this plant, very popular plant, but it's doing so good. I bought it as a really small plant, and now look at it. Like the little sunlight and everything out here just did so much for these plants. And that's one of the reasons why I like to bring all my house plants, well, not all, there's so many of them inside of the house still, but I love to bring them out because they do so much better when they're outside. When they're inside, they do well, but just something about the atmosphere outside make them do so much better. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing a few things today. So it's been raining so much, and the plants are doing great. Now, the one thing I have to do is I want to put some spinach and kale seeds in this bed in here. Fresh it just a little bit, enough to plant. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but today's weather, the highest is like 78, 79. I'm in Zone 7B, Waldorf, Maryland. So if you're in this area, it's not too late to start putting on this stuff. In fact, it's early. And I wish I had some transplants that I can put in the ground, although it's a breezy today, and the breeze is very cool. In this area, I know for sure after Labor Day, that's when the cold starts to step in. You get some warm days and some really cool days. So by then, I always like to have my vegetables and stuff in the ground because some of them thrive and some of them struggle. So again, it's not too late. In fact, I think you're just on time for all your cool weather crops, whether it's a transplant or you just want to put seeds in the ground. So for me, I'm going to put seeds. Now, if you have transplant, it grows faster. By seeds, it takes a little longer. So you're prone to losing some, or you might just get exactly what you sow. Now these are the seeds that I have. I got these from Lowe's and Home Depot. um, I'm just gonna plant about 2 different kinds of kale and spinach, and I'm gonna drop a little bit of lettuce in the ground as well. Now if you're interested, this is the calendar that I printed out on Google. Sometimes I just print these stuff to help me remember when I need to put something in the ground, but in this case here is what I'm going to show you for let's see, planting dates for fall. So these are the planting dates for fall. So you're going to print, when you print out, you're possibly going to get spring and fall planting. So I printed this out, and this is giving me all the dates that I need to that I can put stuff in the ground, and most of them are in September that I can start from seed. And that's why I was explaining that if you're gonna plant stuff right now, like, this is the perfect time to put your seeds in the ground or to put your transplant in the ground if you're in zone 7B. Okay, I can only speak for where I live, and especially based on this calendar. So I am gonna go put these in the ground now. So I had to put water on everything. I have some more vegetables besides the spinach and kale that I plant here. Well, spinach, kale, and lettuce over there. So in this corner I have two different kinds of kale, and we got some spinach over here, and then some lettuce all the way in the corner there. And I water it in pretty good. Over here I have carrots, and I have cabbage. The cabbage came up pretty good. The carrots is coming up pretty good. You can see a lot of green. I don't know how well this is gonna develop for me over the fall. The cabbage is coming up as well, but the cabbage is pretty small and it's pretty thick, so I'm gonna have to at some point thin it out. The reason for planting this much cabbage is because if I lose some, at least I will still have some. And as you can see, those big steps in the bed is the rabbits. So the rabbits is already messing with my fall vegetables. When I come over here, this is Swiss chard, and a lot of the Swiss chard come up. Now I just wet it pretty good, so that's why it's lying down like this. I had a big Swiss chard right there, and they ate it. It looks like they mess around a little bit with the little ones. We'll see. I don't know what I'm gonna get and what I'm not gonna get, but I'm holding out hope. That's why sometimes I plant so thick, like the spinach and stuff. I plant really thick. There's a beautiful, oh, beautiful butterfly. I plant so thick because of some of these things that happen. At least I just still want to have a little bit of something. I still have a pepper that is going here strong. In fact, I have more than one peppers. This is one, two. This one have a lot of peppers on it, and then I have one over there. And this bed is going pretty strong, especially with the zinnias. I have a what you call this, one of these pumpkins right there. Butternut squash, sorry, it's a squash. One came up, it's right there. Very small vine. It never got a chance to kind of run up, so the trellis didn't really serve too much purpose. But the zinnias is doing pretty good. My herbs, with the rain that fall, the herbs is doing so good. I don't want to disturb the butterflies. Yeah. The dogs were barking so bad. I was trying to finish the video, at least this section, and I couldn't because they were barking very loud. So I knew that it would be a terrible interruption in the video. Anyway, the zinnias that I have in here is doing really good. There's a lot of pollinators, especially butterflies. As you can see in this video, it have a nice yellow butterfly and a black one that comes every single day. Beautiful, beautiful. And then the celosia that was in another side garden bed, I decided to bring it and put it in this space because I felt like it would serve better purpose over here. And I'm so glad that I did, because now it's attracting all these beautiful pollinators. I put the blueberries right here in the corner, and I know this blueberry is gonna get a lot bigger, so it's kind of like gonna fill in this area and give me blueberries. I got some blueberries this spring, during the summer, spring, late spring into summer. I did get blueberries. I got to eat a few while I walk around, but the birds took the rest. So anyway, that's right there. My hand. And then I put over here, I moved these soft touch hollies and put it in this bed because I felt like the evergreen in this space would be nice with a little bit of flowers around it. In that case, I could put some annuals or I can put perennials. I do have, what's this plant? I'm going to go over there to it, that I want to tuck in on the end over here. This is the grapevine. I put the grapevine back here, and during the spring I'm gonna build something back there for it to run on, or I'm gonna just basically put a trellis I think I'm gonna build something, get handsy and build something. But I think the soft touch hollies in here would do really good. That grass is so bright and stand out, and I think in here is gonna look really nice. I got some let me go get it. It's called, is it a lily? Let me go look at the name. And I want to tuck, I have 3 of them that I want to tuck in this side right here, because I think it'll do nice in design in this side. Not forgetting that the grapevine is gonna run really bad, but I'm hoping that it run and go up on my greenhouse area versus taking over this area. So in that case, I may have to train it to do so. You know, sometimes you have some vines that still shoots and come back this way, just like it did when it was over there. But I'm hoping to control it a little bit over here. We'll see. I'm gonna go get the plants that I want to tuck in right over there. Okay, so there are 3 daylilies. 3 daylilies that I got at Lowe's. They were on sale, I think, for half price. Actually, no, they weren't half price. They were $4. Yep. They're usually 7 something, and I got them for $4 each. So I took them because I do have a patch of daylilies in another area. I'm not gonna put these in the same area, but I am gonna put it over there. Maybe I'm gonna transplant the others and put it there as well. But I'm gonna put these daylilies right over there. We're gonna plug it in there. Let me get my little shovel. Today is just a random assortment of beautiful things. So I had some white daisies that I got from Lowe's, and I plugged it in here. Well, I put 2 over here and 1 right here, only because, oops, trying to back up. I just put 1 over here because I didn't want to bring this one out here. I'm still thinking about keeping this little space right here straight up to the bird bath. Maybe I'll change my mind because I can simply walk around. I don't know yet, but in the meantime I'm gonna keep it open just in case. I realize here the dirt is also falling in the middle here because it's where I walk all the time. Like I literally walk through here to get to the bird bath most of the time. So that's why I'm thinking about keeping it open. But if I decide to close it up, then I can put some more beautiful flowers in between this space. But for right now, doesn't those daisies look beautiful? Is a nice pop of white with the little yellow center, but is a nice little change in this corner right here, because it just pop up and look beautiful. If I go around to the other side, if I come around to this side, I can just see the head of the flowers like just simply pop up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I can see a little dash of the little white sprinkles in between there, but I thought that would look nice, so I am glad. I have a black eyed Susan in the front yard. I'm gonna bring it and tuck it in somewhere here too, but I want to keep a lot of pollinators in this area. After all, that's why I'm calling it the pollinating bed. Yeah, so a lot of flowers, lot of flowers. And you know, I keep worrying about the colors that I'm putting together, whether it's pink and yellow and purple. And you know what, I think I'm just gonna continue to add flowers, because if I keep worrying about all these colors that I'm putting in here, then I'm gonna try to do, you know, the whole matchy deal of oh, I'm not gonna put yellow here, I'm gonna put yellow over there. Oh, I'm not gonna put pink here, I'm gonna, because I have too many pink there. And it's a pollinating garden. I'm gonna just tuck, okay, tuck flowers in. Over on this end, I put some red. It's like a bright pink cone flower, which is a kind of different kind. I would say like dark purple, but look how that look in this corner between the two hydrangeas, and this lavender is gonna bloom purple. Look at that little dash of you know, a good color in there. Just looks perfect. I love that. I love how that look. Oh, I can't wait for next spring. I keep plugging flowers in here because, you know, I want this corner to especially look beautiful during the spring, because it's right by the back, it's right to the road, and I just want it to look beautiful. This is the black eyed Susan. It didn't have any blooms on it, but you know, the leaf structure looked pretty good. The plant is still alive, so I figure some of the flowers probably fell off because it was blooming a little while ago. So maybe it's finished, maybe it's just finished. Anyway, I digged it out, I bring it and I put it in between here. It's gonna be this little patch right here of black eyed Susan. I still have to get the hose and water everything in for next year. I think I'm gonna rerun the irrigation in this entire bed right here, because the irrigation is not, it's out of place. Like there's some plants that are getting water and some that are not. So I really need to rerun it and rerun it properly to make sure that every plant is getting water. Anyway, I do love how this look. I'm just gonna continue to plant and beautify this space. And I hope if you are planning to create a pollinated garden, you would do the same and not worry about what kind of plants you're putting in here, because I constantly keep telling myself, oh, I shouldn't put pink next to pink, I shouldn't put red next to red. And you know, I keep second guessing myself every time I decide to put the plants in the garden. So today I just come out here and I decided that, you know what, I'm just gonna plant. I'm gonna plant and stop worrying about the colors and all this stuff. I'm just gonna keep plugging stuff in. Pollinating is about flowers. It's about everything that the butterfly and the bees will love. So that's what I will continue to plug in here without the stress behind it. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for spending today with me. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now. This is so beautiful. I am very satisfied with what this space is looking like. All the pinks, the purples, the whites, the yellows. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The sun is not in this corner as yet, but it's definitely over here. So in a minute, all these plants will get the full blast of the sun. What I'm gonna do is get my hose and start to get this water in really nicely. Beautiful. I just love all the colors that is popping up in here. Like, for real, for real.